Students, in my previous video we had covered up till line number 120 of Grammarian's Funeral, a famous dramatic monologue by Robert Browning. So today we are going to proceed further. Let's have the lines first. That has the world here, should he need the next, let the world mind him. This throws himself on God, and unperplexed, seeking shall find him. So, with the throttling hands of death at strife, ground he at grammar. Still, through the rattle parts of speech rife, while he could stammer, he settled quoth his business, let it be, properly based on, gave us the doctrine of enclitic day, dead from the waist down. See, in the previous stanza, I had told you people that the disciple said that Grammarian was quite different from normal people. He aimed at higher things. His aims were high. He was ambitious. And according to him, if his life ended, he wanted to achieve something which he could carry with him in his future life. That means for him, the present life is only a preparation of the life to come. So, from the worldly point of view, he is a failure. But according to his own philosophy, failure here means success in the other world. The world here, should he need the next, let the world mind him. So here the disciple says that noble men like Grammarian, who have very lofty ideas and ideals, may fail in this world, but they are sure to be rewarded in the life to come. Whereas the little men who get success here will not get any reward in the other world. So the Grammarian cared for this world alone and let this world care for him. The man with the noble ideals, on the other hand, has full faith in God. See, people like Grammarian, they do as per their whims and they leave the rest to God. So, he was a person who did noble things, but he left the future in the hands of God. He had full confidence in God. He searches for him, that means God, with courage and confidence, and is not at all worried or troubled if he fails in any fails by worldly standards. So he did not care for what the world is thinking about him. The disciple further says that such a noble person seeks God and ultimately finds him and is rewarded by him. The dead Grammarian was actually a man of noble ideals and high ambitions. In one of the previous stanzas, the disciple had earlier said that he suffered from a number of bodily ailments, yet he never cared for them and they never hindered her progress towards gaining knowledge. So, continuing the same thing, he again says that the dead Grammarian was a brave scholar who continued to work hard at the study of grammar even up to the moment of his death. Even when he felt the suffocating hands of death at his throat, even when he was waging his last struggle, the struggle with death, the great scholar did not cease his studies. Even when he was dying, the disciple says, even at his deathbed, when he could not utter even a halting and rattling sound, he could not utter anything, rather he created a rattling sound. Even when his speech grew like this, became incoherent, he continued to discuss the rules of grammar, such as the various parts of the speech. The disciple further says, even at the very last moment, when he could hardly stammer, he explained the correct use of the Greek particles as hoti, aun, and de. These are Greek parts of speech. Hoti stands for because, aun for therefore, and de, which is prefixed to give it a slightly different meaning. He was so much devoted to his studies that even when the lower half of his body was paralyzed, he continued his study and research in the principles of Greek grammar and syntax. His researches could throw light on many complex points of syntax and grammar. Such was his devotion. See, he never cared for his health, never cared for his personality. All the time he was busy in seeking knowledge, and he neglected his health to the point of becoming totally, you can say, crippled or handicapped. Even then, even after getting to that stage, he never cared for anything about his health. All the time he was busy in gaining knowledge. Well, here's the platform, here's the proper place. Hail to your purliers, all ye high flyers of the feathered race, swallows and curlews. Here's the top peak, the multitude below. Live, for they can. There this man decided not to live, but no, bury this man there. So the funeral procession now reaches the highest peak of the mountain, where there is a wide open space or platform. The disciple who was speaking up till now, he says that it is the proper place for the burial of the dead grammarian. The mountain peak is the haunt of such flying birds such as swallows and the curlews. Like these birds, the grammarian also soared high into the realms of knowledge, and so it is appropriate that he should be buried at the highest peak, the abode of these birds. He further says that the common men live in the plains below, which are the places of darkness and ignorance. But this grammarian, instead of living a life of ignorance like them, decided to soar high in the realms of knowledge, and therefore he should be buried on the highest peak. Here's his place where meteors shoot, clouds form, lightnings are loosened, stars come and go. Let joy break with the storm, peace let the dew send. Lofty designs must close in like effects, loftily lying. Leave him still loftier than the world suspects, living and dying. The disciple further says that the place that they have chosen to bury their dead master is the best place, because it is the place where the shooting stars are seen, where the clouds form. See how pictorial description is going on. It is the place where lightning is released from clouds, and where the stars rise in the evening and sink in the morning. So it was a place of grandeur and loftiness, of nature at its place and here the nature is in harmony with the loftiness and sublimity of the soul of their master. So it appears to them that his soul will receive comfort and joy from the storms which break here, and peace will descend upon him with the dew. The disciple further says it is a fitting place of burial for this man of lofty ambitions and plans. He says he should be, that means their master should be left buried at this lofty place, at this high place, Both in his life and in his death, he was more sublime and lofty than can ever be imagined by the crowd of ignorant people who live in the plains below. So, in this way, we can say that throughout this poem, highest respect, highest degree of reverence is being shown by the disciples towards their dead teacher. And see, each and every stanza very beautifully presents, unravels the characteristic qualities of the grammarian. So, this poem is considered as one of the best tributes to a teacher. I hope you might have enjoyed the poem. That's all for today.